सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Dear devotees, almost more than 2 months before we had a class. So around November first week, I think. Yeah, November first week we had a class. Then I went to travel to India. Then we had some December break. Then again I had been to Scotland for some lectures and all. As a result, there was quite a good break for our weekly Vedanta class. If you remember that we were discussing Katha Upanishad. It is a wonderful Upanishad and it is one of the very dear to Swami Vivekananda. Katha Upanishad was very dear to Swami Vivekananda. He often used to quote about Katha Upanishad and especially about the Nachiketa. How beautiful he is, in the sense he endorsed with Shraddha. That is very important for all of us, as Swami Vivekananda puts. So there's a beautiful story. His father was desiring the heaven and he was performing a Vajrashava sacrifice. As per the rules that he has to give away every good thing, but probably he had exhausted all his properties, or for some reason he was giving not very useful things, basically weighed out things or old things he used to give. When Nachiketa's friends, when they observed, they started making fun of it. Instead of getting angry, annoyed, or reacting, he responded positively. How did he respond? Nachiketa felt, how can I stop this? If I can stop this, fine. If not, then how can I take any remedial measure in this? So he didn't go and say to his father that you are doing mistake, you are doing wrong, you can't do that. He didn't do that. With all due respect, he thought, I am best among the students because I am the meritorious students, good, best student. By giving me, I also belong to my father as a property. So if my father gives me to someone, then probably some of his sin, papa, will be reduced. He goes and asks father, for whom you are going to give me? Father says, get away. I'm not going you to give anyone. Then he repeats twice or thrice the same question. His father got angry, annoyed. When we get angry, we lose our common sense. We lose our, discrimination. So similarly, his father also lost discrimination and he said that I am going to give you to death. Then Nachiketa said, Father, thank you, but be aware that you should stick on to your promise or words. Then his father understands his mistakes and he says that, no, I don't mean it really. So it was just out of anger I told, I don't really mean it. But Nachiketa said, no, nothing to do that. I have to go. And he went to Yamaloka. And in the Yamaloka, Yama had went outside on some work. So there is a rule in Dharma Shastras, when I go as a guest or a third person to a house, if there is no male member in the house and when only female members are there, we are not supposed to enter their house. So Nachiketa, though just 8 or 9 years old boy, he knew all these things, so he didn't go. Though Yama's family people, they invited him to come inside and all, but he didn't go because he has gone as a guest, not after death. So after 3 days, Yama returns and his family people express their concern, and Yama also feels very bad about it, and he says that, oh Brahmin Bhai, as a guest you have come, so I'm supposed to take care because Atithi Devo Bhava is, we believe, but unfortunately I had been out of work. Now, as a remedial measure, since you waited for 3 days for waiting for me, I will give 3 boons, whatever you wish, you ask. And the first boon was asked by Nachiketa was, very interestingly, because he has gone to Yamaloka. If you go to Yamaloka means what? No return. As the, I mean, in the same life, I mean. So, but he says that when I go back, when I return, my father should recognize me. Means after all discussing with you, I am going back, my dear. So you can't say that because since you have come to Yamaloka, you might be, as a guest, you might have come. There is no question, or you can't return. You cannot say Yama. So in one boon, there are two boons actually. So when I go back, my father should recognize me. Otherwise, they may think, or here, the people may think that I'm a ghost or whatever. That should not happen. He said, all right. So he basically asked for himself, no doubt. The first boon was for himself. The second boon he asked, my father is desiring heaven. So please teach me the sacrifice, here yagna, so by which one can go directly to heaven. Then Yama pleases by his second boon. Yama teaches the sacrifice, and it is named after Nachiketa. Today he gives an extra boon, as Nachiketa Agni, it has been told now, it has been called, and he also gives a celestial necklace. Till then, we had seen. Now, the third boon is supposed to ask. What is the third boon? The third boon is the part of Katha Upanishad entire teaching actually. The entire Katha Upanishad teaching is based on the third boon. So till here we have discussed. Now let us see the third boon. Yeyam prete vichikitsa manushye asti teke nayam astiti chaike etad vidyam anushishtastvayaham varanamesha varastutiyaha. So if you ask simple meaning, so some say that after death nothing exists, nothing survives, and some say that after death something survives, someone exists. What is the truth, O Yama? Please tell me. Yeyam vichikitsa. Yeah, yeyam vichikitsa. Here is a doubt. Vichikitsa means doubt. What is the doubt here? Manushye, regarding human being. There is no question in the animals actually. I mean, in the sense he is asking about human beings basically. Manushye, what is that? Prete. Prete means dead, after dead. After a dead, a person after dead. Eke. Eke means some people. Some people. Iti ayam asti means after death, even the person might have died, but he exists in some or other form basically. That he exists. He means here person, human being exists. Some say that, some people argue that after a death of a human being, still he or she exists. Chayeke and others, some others. Iti nasti. No. After the death of a person, he doesn't exist anymore. Anushishtaha tvaya aham vidyam. Instructed by you. Tvaya means by you. You, anushishtaha means instructed. Aham vidyam. I would like to understand. I would like to know. Yetat varanam. This among the boons. Etat varanam among the boons. Yeshaha trutiya varaha. This is my third boon. So there are three boons was offered by Yama. Two boons over. Third boon he has asked. And if you see, the first boon was particular to about himself, that I should go back to the earth and my father should recognize me. And the second boon was pertaining to attaining the heaven actually. So how can one attain heaven? And what is the sacrifice, yagna, you teach me. So it was something to do with the Veda Purva or Karma Kanda. Now the third boon is asking for the Gnana. That is actually from this life after death, by asking what is the secret behind life after death, he is asking about Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya, which is part of Gnana Kanda. So the entire Katha Upanishad is an answer to the third boon. Now, very interestingly, if you see, we all wish to desire to live actually. How much ever we know that we are mortal, at the physical level we are mortal, this body has got manufacturing date and it's so that it will also have expiry date. Anything is born or created, it will destroy. We all know that. But in spite of that, we think or we desire, most of us, that we would like to live happily for a long time or eternally. And if you see the history or in the Puranas, there uh, quite a few amount of demons or devotees or whatever, they do tapas, and especially with respect to demons and all, they ask the standard boon from the Brahma that please bless me, there will be no death for me. I will not die, I will live eternally. Please bless me. Then Brahma says routinely that, oh my dear, it is impossible. It is against the creation. Whoever has born, he has to die. He has to perish. So you can't do that. So please ask some other. Then they will ask permutation and combination. I should not killed by human being. I should not killed by weapons. I should not killed by Trinity. That is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, any devatas or any animals, etc. In permutation combination, they ask something they miss out, and from that, if they do adharma, if they do sinful acts, from that weakness, he or she will be perished. That's the one thing which is important. In the first question, first boon, we can understand after analyzing. The second is very important, desiring to go to heaven. And this is very important from the religious point of view, from the religion point of view. Why? If you see in the across the religions, either Islam or Christianity, Judaism, any major religions you see, in all the religions, across the religions, the concept of heaven might vary, but the concept of heaven is very strong. And why a human being seeks attaining heaven or going to heaven? Because there will be no problem. There is no thirsty. There will be no hungry, no fear of death, at least when I'm there, and no fear of disease, no suffering. So it is only happiness and it is only joyful moments. We all seek that, isn't it? But in the mundane earth, however it may be, it is not possible. I may be millionaire, but I'm not free from hunger and thirsty. I'm not free from diseases. I'm not free from worries. I may be millionaire, but someone might take my place. I may lose my property, or government, the ED people might come. I have to pay heavy tax. So many problems, so many worries I will be affected by many worries. But in the Swarga, none of them will be there. That is the reason human being seeks going to heaven. But if you see in the Semitic religions, the concept of heaven is a bit different from the Hinduism. What is that? So for them, the heaven or hell, attaining heaven or hell is a permanent nature, eternal nature. That is why they give so much importance. If you go to heaven, that means eternally will be heaven, no more returning back, because they don't accept in the transmigration of soul or the rebirth or reincarnation. And if you go to hell, again there will be eternally you'll be in the hell. So there is no chance of improving yourself or to rectify yourself so that you can go to heaven, at least in the next life. There's no chance. And for them, it is the ultimate fulfillment of God's promise and justice. And ethics, morality is based basically there. And so in some Christian faiths, some spiritual component is also included, basically to go to heaven. But and also interestingly, if you see rest in peace, may the soul rest in peace, we all see. Why we do say that? Because according to Christianity, at least, when we die, we will be asked to stay there only. That's the reason they make so much arrangements with a good box and all, so that nothing will happen to me, a person. So on one day, there'll be a final judgment. And on the judgment, I am called, or individual beings are called, and their papa and punya, the merits of good action and bad action will be put under weight, and they will see. If my good actions are more, then I am sent to heaven. If my bad actions results are more, then I am sent to eternal. So till then, may the soul rest in peace. Means what? There may be late, there may be delay in judgment. We don't know. It might take 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. Till then, you rest in peace. May the soul rest in peace. Why they say? Because of this actually. Means let the soul wait for judgment day, basically. Okay. Now, this is more or less, this is what we see in the Semitic religions. Now, when it comes to Hinduism and theistic schools of Vedanta, more or less, they also have got similar idea. But Svarga, for example, Dvaita philosophy, Vishishtadvaita philosophy, Shuddha Advaita philosophy, any theistic schools of Vedanta, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita, Shuddha all permutation combinations, different schools of theistic schools of Vedanta. This, more or less, I mean, at broad view, I'm giving you. For them, going to Swarga is karma based. If you do lot of punya, if you if you get lot of punya, then you can go to heaven. But the difference is the Swarga, more or less, it is not eternal in nature. Means I will go there, I will till my exhaustion of my punya karma, I stay there and I return. But they have got different lokas, Kailasa, Vaikunta, Goloka, or Ramakrishna Loka. These are eternal in nature. Once you go there, there are no suffering, no doubt. And not only that, you are in the presence of your chosen deity. Maybe Rama, Krishna, Vishnu, Shiva, you are in the presence of that your chosen deity, and you got chance of serving him, you got a chance of pleasing him, and you will be devoted to him, and you are serving and enjoying the bliss and happiness. So this is that spiritual realm of heaven is there in the theistic schools of Vedanta. That is what bit important. Now, if you see in the Vedas, actually, Vedas, you don't see Kailasa, Vaikuntha and all. Only the karma is there. There it is purely karma based. Once you go, enjoy. Once you exhaust your punya karma phala, again you take birth, human birth. Then again, work and acquire punya, go, enjoy, come back. In Bhagavad Gita, we say, Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Once your punya exhausted, again you come back to earth. Now, Vedanta doesn't give importance to any lokas. It might be any loka, it doesn't give any importance. Vedanta means Advaita Vedanta. They say that it is better to experience one's own nature by removing the ignorance. That is the ideal for us. Because you go to any loka, you might be enjoying 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, 1000 years, 10,000 years, but you have to return and you have to start from the scratch again, more or less. So that is the reason they always say, no, you should better seek the self-knowledge, not seeking any upper world, above worlds. Yes. Now, life after death. Now here, what is the question? Some say, after a person dead, he or she doesn't exist in any form. Okay, one question. And second doubt is, some say that after a person is dead, something exists. I mean, he survives the death. What is the right answer? O Lord of death, O Yama, please tell me. Now, see, he's our 8 or 9 years young boy is asking such a philosophical question. So his mind was so refined, so informed mind. Now, definitely by this time you have heard enough Vedantic class, then none of you will have any doubts, questions. So after the death, yes, we survive, I survive. My physical body will be perished here, no doubt. It will become part full of ash or part full of mud. Physical body doesn't survive, no doubt. It dies, it gets perished. But my Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira, subtle body and causal body, it survives and it takes the new life. Then what happens to Atman? Nothing happens to Atman. At least this much is clear, I hope, for all of you. Where does Atman travel? What happens to Atman? Does Atman will be happy or suffering after the death? No, none of these things will happen. I think that this much you know. And here, Atman is beyond all these things. It is beyond death and all things. Now here is the word he has used Atma here. So Nachiketa himself in the next chapter, in the 26th verse more or less, or 14th mantra, he clears what does he mean Atma means. It is actually Atman or subtle body or causal body. He clears it. Let us see till then. Now, so this is the important question. That's the reason I went bit detail. So this question, if you can understand, then all the answers will be clear for you. Okay, now 21st mantra. Devairatrapi vijikitsitam pura nahi suvigneyam anuresha dharmaha anyam varam nachiketo urnishva mamo purutsiriti ma sujainam. Now the real game starts actually. So Nachiketa has asked for the third boon. Now Yama tells, "Oh my dear, you have put me into problem." Why? Atra. Atra means regarding this question, regarding the question you asked. Some say that after death nothing survives. Some say that after death something survives. So regarding this question, my dear, Vichikitsitam, there are so many doubts. We know that regarding the self, there are so many types of knowledge. Some say that mind is Atman. Some say that prana is a self. Like Charvakas, materialistics say body itself as Atman. Some say intelligence is Atman. All this, there are varieties of philosophies, isms in the Atman. And not only that, there are a lot of doubts regarding that. From whom? Not only by philosophers, not only by human beings, api devaihi, even by gods and goddesses. Here, gods means small g, small g. Gods and goddesses means demigods or celestial beings, you can say, like Indra, Varuna, like this. So, even by gods, there are doubts for them also because they have not understood Pura from long ago. This is an eternal doubt, even for the demigods from a time again. Now he is Suvigneyam. And not only that, why there's a lot of doubt about this? Because now he is Suvigneyam. It cannot be easily understood. It is subtler than the subtlest, and it is bigger than the biggest, heavier than the heaviest, lighter than the lightest. And that is you, or that is the Atman, they say. So it is with full of paradoxes, opposites. That's where we get confused. So many times people say it is very difficult to comprehend, better to leave it. So even devatas also have got the problem of comprehending the self or self-knowledge. So yesha dharmaha. So this is one interesting word he is using here, Yama. Yesha dharmaha. This dharma. Dharma means it is not any dharma here. Dharma means Atman or Brahman. Why the Atman or Brahman is used the word dharma? That's the reason we need teachers. We can't just go for the translation. Dharma means here Atman. Why? Because what is the definition of dharma? Dharanat iti dharma, which helps as a substratum, which helps as a substratum to sustain few things. So Atman is the substratum for all the creation, sustenance, and the dissolution. We all know that we have studied in Upanishads. As a result, Atman also can be called as dharma. So that's why Yesha dharma. This Atman, Anuhu, is very subtle. Nachiketa, oh Nachiketa, Vrunishva, Anyam Varam. Oh my dear boy, you are a boy. You are a small boy. Even Devatas are unable to understand. And you are a small boy. Vrunishva, Anyam Varam. My dear boy, please listen to me and choose some other boon. Ma uparotsihi. Sorry, ma uparotsihi. Do not compel me with this third one because the strength of the children is what? Compelling. No, I want chocolate. Oh, better not to eat chocolate. It doesn't bring good for you. No, I want chocolate. We may do hatamaritana in Kannada, we say. So do not compel me because you are a small boy. You might feel that no, I want that only. So do not compel me. Atisruja enam. Give up this question. Atisruja means give up. Give away this question. Ma to me. So now why this Yama is telling this? Because he is examining the Nachiketa, whether he's really interested or because he heard somewhere something, so he's asking this really. When we went to joining, this is the thing we have seen most of the times from senior monks. Oh my dear, why you want to join? Because you see, monastic life is boring life. You have to get up early morning. You have to take a bath. If not cold water bath, if not hot water bath, at least you have to take bath. And you sit for meditation. You can't go out. You can't see movies. You can't enjoy the life like any other person. And you can't wear any other clothes apart from this gerva only. First white, then afterwards only akar robes. And lot of restrictions. You can't enjoy the life like others. It is boring, my dear. Why you want to come here? Then when we ask, why did you come, Swamiji? Means, oh, I did a mistake, I think. So like this, they try to discourage us. Are they really discouraging us? No, they put an exam. This fellow, how much he is really seriously interested in the monastic life. Then if we pursue, then they will ask, all right, why do you want to become monk? Then if we are not clear, then they will tell that it is better you are not clear. You think some more time. You keep coming to ashram, or you study more books of Thakur Swamiji or some other books, Gita, like that. If we give a clear answer, they said, all right, you keep coming, you keep visiting ashrama, let us see. Then we keep coming, or once in a while, then we ask, all right, you have come, isn't it? Let us see next time. Let us see next time. Few times like this they do. Still we are serious and we compel them. Then they say, all right, you come and stay with us for 2-3 months. Then if you go, everything goes well, then you can join. Because we have to see you and you have to see us. Seeing the monastic life and monastery from outside and coming inside, there will be a lot of difference. And literally it happened. When I joined, before that one Brahmacharya Maharaj was there and I joined. After my joining, at least totally in Alsur, in Bangalore, we were 8 Brahmacharyans. And 13 or 15 Brahmacharyans they joined. In 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 1 week, 3 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, many of them, they left. They couldn't understand. They couldn't adjust this life. It became very difficult for them. So even when we went to joining, they made a lot of examinations like this. So they want to make sure that we are really serious about this monastic life because it needs a lot of dedication and commitment. The same thing here Yama is also doing because Yama is the best teacher. He's a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. What is Shrotriya? He is well versed in the Vedas. Brahmanishta is centered. His life is centered. He is centered in the Brahman. He is centered in the Brahman means what? He has experienced the Brahman, or his mind is always fixed on the highest thoughts, higher thoughts. So he is trying to test the Nachiketa whether he is really eligible student to study Vedanta. So what is the eligibility to study Vedanta? It is nothing about religion, not about caste, not about country, ethnicity, creed, or your economical status, social status, none of them. So eligibility is what? 4Ds, if you remember. That's where Tattva Bodha will come into our rescue. All these things we have read. First D is what? Discernment. Nitya, Anitya, Vastu Viveka. Discernment between eternal and ephemeral. Then dispassion. Iha amutra palabhogadi viragaha. The worldly pleasures which are available, enjoyments available in this world or in the above worlds, I don't want. Then discipline. Shamadamadi Shatka Sampati, 6 disciplines. Then desire, mumukshatva, intense desire for liberation. When these 4 we have achieved more and more, then we are eligible to study Vedanta and to practice Vedanta. We know that, I know that I am the self, but I am not able to understand. I am not able to put into practice. Why? Because of the lack of preparedness. The Vedanta tells very clearly. If you ask Vedantin, Swamiji, how much time it takes for self-realization? They say, it is it is a momentary. In just like even in Chitkivudi we say in Kannada, so in a spur of moment, you can get realization. You may have realization. But to have that, there is a lifelong process, lifelong preparation. So all our life is what we are preparing to remove the ignorance, to have that understanding or to have the experience of who am I. So the more and more we become eligible and the more and more better we understand the Vedanta, we'll be able to assimilate the teachings and we'll be able to put into practice. So 4D. Now the first test in this, in this mantra, the Yama has put desire, mumukshatva. Mokshum icha means one who is desiring the moksha, one who is desiring the liberation. That is intense. It should be intense desire. Mumukshatva, intense desire. Because if it is intense desire, then only our spiritual life will be serious. Our Vedantic pursuit life will be serious. So Yama is trying to put it that it is very difficult, it is very subtle, it is very complex or maybe whatever it may be. So my dear, please better you choose some other boon. Don't compel me. Now let us see whether Nachiketa will pass the exam or Nachiketa will say, all right, oh Yama, since you are my friend or you are a guru, I should listen to you. Because you are my guru, I should listen to you. Since you have said that it is difficult to comprehend and it is better to ask something else, let me ask something else. Whether he will do that or will he compel? Let us see in the next mantra. Devairatrapi vichikitsitam kila tvam cha mrityo yat yanna sugneyamatha vakta chasya tvadu granthona labhyo nanyo vastutulyo etasya kashchit. So he is also no less intelligent. Devairatrapi vichikitsitam kila. Oh, regarding this, indeed, atra kila. Devairatrapi, devaihi atrapi kila, atra kila. In this question, regarding this Brahmagnana, Atmagnana, vichikitsitam api devaihi. Even devas, gods and goddesses also have got doubt, as you told, O Yama. O Mrityo, O Lord of Death, Tvamcha Atha. And you did say that. Even the gods and goddesses, the demigods also have got a doubt about this. They are also unable to comprehend. They are very much far behind to understand these things you told. Yaduna Sugneyam. So first is, even the demigods are feeling difficulty to understand, to comprehend it. First point. And second, Yaduna Sugneyam. And this cannot be easily understood. We all think maths and science is difficult to understand, but Atmagnana is much more difficult. That this cannot be easily understood. Second point, as it is not my statement, Yama, it is your statement. I'm only restating. Cha, moreover, Tvadrak, like you, Anyavata, another teacher, Asyana Labhya, for this subject, I don't get any best teacher, unlike you. You are the best teacher, the Lord of Death, to teach the Atmagnana, to teach the Vedanta. There will be no better teacher other than you. Na kaschid anyavaraha tulyaha etasya. And I don't think there is any other boon which is equal to this. So he is telling what? Oh my dear, I don't want any other boon. As you said, even for gods and goddesses, it is difficult to comprehend. Even they have not comprehended, and it is very difficult to comprehend. Second thing, and I don't get any other better teacher other than you. So from these 3 points, from these reasons, I want this boon only, because I consider there cannot be any other boon which is equal to this boon, which is Atmagnana, Brahmagnana. So Nachiketa is very clear. You can understand here how beautifully, what you say, his mind is. He has got a clarity. Not only clarity, he has got a conviction that Atmagnana, Brahmagnana is the supreme knowledge and one should have it as a human being. As scriptures say that the goal of human being should be the Atmagnana. And Sri Ramakrishna tells in the devotional tone that is Bhagavad Sakshatkara, experiencing the God. And that is the highest boon. No other boon can be equal to that. He is very clear. So he passed the first exam, Mumukshatva, intense desire for liberation. How? When he asked to ask some other boon, he said, no, I want this only. And he gave the reasons. Okay. Now, but still Yama is a better teacher, best teacher. So just he said once no, Yama didn't, he also didn't accept this. Yama is putting some temptations now. When you ask, when a small child asks, I want to this, I want that and all, our parents say, oh, I will get you a chocolate. I will get you a toy or a bicycle. Please let us do something. Don't do this, don't do this something. So like that, our parents, they cajole the children. So similarly, Yama is also trying to cajole the Nachiketa by giving different temptations. Let us see in few shlokas what are the temptations he get. And when we read this, we think that Nachiketa is so lucky, all the best things he's getting, he should have accepted, poor man or poor boy. Shatayushak putra pautran runishva, bahun pashur hasti hiranyamashvan, भूमेर महदायतनम वृणीष्वा स्वयंच जीव शरदो यावदिच्छसि. One is Vrunishtva, choose. So he's giving an option. Whatever you want, you choose. Sometimes when we go, our father may say, or our parents may say that you got 2 options, either this or that. So like that, we will get choices. options 1, 2, 3. Either of this you should choose. But here, in the case of Nachiketa, he is getting lot of options and he can choose anything. And apart from these options, even if he wishes any other option, Yama is ready to give. That's why he's saying, Vrinishva, choose. So, among what to choose? Putra Pautran. Putra means son. Son means your children. Pautran means grandson, means grandchildren. Shatayushaha. You may select the boon. I will grant the boon that you will have children and grandchildren who live for 100 years or hundreds of years. Actually, 100 years is more suitable here. Means they will live complete life. As a human being, our complete lifespan time is what? 100 years. So many times we may not do it. 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, we may die. So, but your children and grandchildren will live 100 years, complete life they will lead. I will give that boon. Okay, point number 1. Then Bahun Pashun, many animals, because in those days, horses, elephants, cattle, it was also considered as wealth. So that's why many animals. In the present day, if you ask, then we may not ask animals, we may ask Ferrari vehicle or Tesla vehicle or maybe iPhone Pro 17 Max, some mobile phones or some electronic gadgets or some top vehicles we may ask. So animals, if you can think that, then you can ask some vehicles maybe. Hasti Hiranyam. Hasti means elephant, elephants, Hiranyam means gold. Ashwan and horses, because in those days we used to use them as for transportation, all these things. Vrunishva, you may choose. Madayatanam. Okay, you have got gold, you have got elephants, horses, animals, and children, grandchildren. That is, I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. Not only that, vast kingdom. So you'll be a king also. Mahadayatanam, a vast kingdom, Bhumaihi on the earth, Swayancha Jiva, Yavat Sharadaha Ichasi. And you may also select that as you desire, so many years you have to live, you can live. If you want to live 100 years, fine. If you want to live 200 years, fine. If you wish to live 500 years, fine. If you wish to live 1000 years, that is also fine. But someday you have to die, no doubt. That is there. That is included in this. Understood here. And simply living is what is the use? So you will have a vast kingdom and you will have children, grandchildren living for 100 years. And not only that, you will have a lot of property, wealth. Now imagine all the best things has been given by Yama. Now, should he say yes or no? And sincerely speaking, if the Yama gives such a thing for us, probably, if not all, many of us will say, all right, let me think of Vedanta or Atmajnana about something some other time, or maybe we'll keep it reserved for next life. Let me get all these things and let me enjoy it. We may think that, but here, why? Because these are very important. Probably it is difficult to get it, and even if you get, I may not get all of them. Let me enjoy the life. Let me think of Atmagnana, Brahmagnana, or what happens to after death, whether a person survives or not. Let me postpone. Let me think next time. That's what most of us, many of us, we may do. But in this case, he is not doing that. Now let us see whether Nachiketa accepts the temptation, whether he will be the part of temptation, or will he say no? Let us see in the 24th mantra. Yedatulyam yadimanyase varam vrunisha vittam chirajeevi kancha mahabhumu nachiketastvamedi kamanam tva kamavajam karomi. Yadi manyase, if you think varam yedatulyam, and if you think something else, oh, these things are not of your interest, if you think something else you need, you may ask, you may consider, and you may ask as a part of the boon. If you think something else you need, if you wish, you may ask. See, so many options has been given by Yama to Nachiketa. Vrunishva, choose. Vittam, any other type of wealth. Then Chirajeevikam, means long life. Tvam Edhi, and may you become emperor. Mahabhumo of this great earth. It means their king. Here is emperor, basically. Nachiketa, O Nachiketa, Karomitva. I shall make you, I shall grant all your boons. Kamabhajam Kamanam. And you will be the best enjoyer of all the pleasures. So he's encouraging Nachiketa to ask any other equivalent boon, whichever you feel like, but please don't ask for Atmagnana or Brahmagnana, which is very difficult. So it continues now. Ye ye kama durlabha martyaloke sarvan kamas chandata prarthayasva ima ramaha sarataha saturyaha nahi dusha lambaniya manushaihi abin mat prattapi paricharayasva nachiketo maranam manu prakshi. Because Nachiketa didn't tell anything, he's just listening. Oh, continue, dear Emma, let me enjoy or let me get the best offer probably. So he's waiting for, is he waiting for best offer or he doesn't want, Yama doesn't, he is unable to understand. So he is giving better offers. If you're not this offer, you might consider this. If not this, another offer I'm going to give, you consider, my dear. So some other offers has been given by Yama. Let us see. Ye ye kama durlabha martya loke. Whichever pleasurable things, which is very rare, which is unique and which is very rare in the mundane earth or in the mundane world, not only one, many is telling. Sarvan kamas chandata prarthayasva. You may ask, chandata prarthayasva, freely choose. Chandata means freely. There is no restrictions. Freely you can choose them. Sarvan kama and all those pleasures. Like for example, one of our relative or a friend will take to the hotel. They'll say, whatever you want, you eat. Don't worry, I am going to pay the bill. He may say, he may mean it, but still there will be some restrictions. I can't eat all the items available in the hotel because it can run thousands of rupees. There will be limitation. But here, Yama is telling, freely you choose. Do not worry. Whatever you wish, whatever the rare things available in the mundane universe, I am ready to give you as a part of boon. Which is not easily to get it also. Kama durlabha, martyalok in the world. Imaha ramaha. And also not only that, I am giving some celestial woman like Ramba, Urvashi, Menaka. Some celestial woman also I am going to give you. Sarataha and vehicles, with their vehicles. Women with the divine chariots. Then Saturyaha means musical instruments. Idrushaha na lambaniyaha. Such type of this celestial woman with all the divine instruments, you don't get, my dear. So why don't you accept? Who doesn't get? Manushyahi, by human beings, by mortal beings, they don't get all these things, my dear. So please accept. Paricharayasva. May you get all of them and you enjoy the pleasures. You may get served from all of them. Abhi mat prattapihi. And they are offered by me to you as a friendly gift. So don't bother. Nachiketa. Ma anuprakshihi maranam. Do not ask, but do not ask about the mind. Oh, I have given enough offers. So I think Yama also got little fed up. He said, you may take any of them and they'll be obedient to you. They will serve you. Whatever you say, they will do it, my dear. Just accept all of them and go. Leave the place. Don't ask about this maranam, about the death, about the life after death. So second test is in the Vairagya. If you see from the 23rd sloka, Iha Amutra Palabogadi Viraga, is the worldly pleasures and the above worldly pleasures, I don't want. Dispassion. From the 24th, 23rd verse onwards, so there was a second question, whether I have got dispassion, whether you have got a dispassion. Yes. Now the last verse, the 25th verse, Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivek also has been told. There are so many things, eternal things are been given. So you want to choose. Then the Nachiketa says, the Viveka, discernment between the eternal and ephemeral. Viveka, we said, discernment or discrimination, that has been seen in the 26th shloka, 26th mantra. Let us see. It is a beautiful one. Shvobhava martasya yadanta kaitat sarvendriyanam jaryanti tejaha api sarvam jivitam alpameva tavaiva vaha stamarutya gite. What is that? Atanka, antaka. Antaka means one who kills actually. Basically here Yama. Why? Because after a person is dead, he takes away the prana. That's why. Antaka, o Yama. Svobhavaha means Shva abhavaha. Shva means tomorrow. Abhava means there is a dearth. There is a dearth of tomorrow means what? Means tomorrow that won't exist. Means basically it is mortal in nature. Shvobhavaha. the pleasures, whatever you gave a list. All these are ephemeral in the nature. Swabhava means Jarayanti. And not only that, Jarayanti, they weaken human beings. They weaken the human sense organs. Yad etat tejaha. All these ephemeral things, sense objects which you gave, they are limited in nature. Not only that, they weaken the human beings. I like chocolate. I've got enough chocolates. Keep on eating. Then what happens? I may get sugar, or probably the power of digestion might come down, or or I may get cholesterol. Some other problem may get. I have got hundreds of years living, no doubt. I have got the best things to eat, but I can't eat. Why? Because my body or the sense organs capacity power is getting reduced. Sarvendriyanam Jarayanti Tejaha. All the sense organs' power will be reduced by enjoying the sense objects. For whom? For Martasya, because that is the nature of the human beings, mortal beings, Api, and also Sarvam Jivitam, Alpameva. You may say how much ever, say 100 years, 1000 years, 10,000 years, whatever you may say, that's all. It is only short only. Tava, Vaha, let all your vehicles. Nritya Gite, dancers and music people or music instruments. Tava eva, let be yours only. All these things, whatever you told. Saturya, Saloka, then Vahanas, vehicles, horses, gold, and the vast kingdom, all these things you are telling, they are all mortal in nature. And by enjoying them, I get weakened. So it is a waste of time, my dear. So please keep away all these things belongs to you. Let be only yours. I don't want. So Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha also has been showed very clearly by Nachiketa. And he gives a reason beautifully in the 27th mantra. Navittenu tarpaniyo manushyaha lapsyamahe vitta madrakshma chetva jivishyamo yavadishyasitvam varastume varaniyassa eva. One is that navittena tarpaniyo manushyaha. The first reason, man, human being, cannot be satisfied with the wealth. First, I wanted a square meal. I got it. Then I wanted to have little more riches so that I can have a comfortable life. I got it. Yeah, I'm going only in the second tier, three-tier AC or second tier AC, or in the economic class in the flight. I think I should go to premium economy. Okay, I earned more money. I have started moving in premium economy. Yeah, but still I think business class is best. I go to business class. I got money and I went in business class. Then I said, I think I should have my own jet so that I can travel whenever I wish. After that, I will think something else. So we are not, the human being in generally is not satisfied with the wealth. It may be millions, but still is not satisfied. He wants to earn more and more. That is what the common phenomena in a human being. There may be few people who are contented, but generally it is not so. Lapsyamahe vitta madrakshma chetva. And also, he is telling very beautifully, what is that? Adrakshmatva lapsyamahe. And I have seen you, Yama, while going, you are not going to send me in the empty-handed. You will give enough gold and enough, material things. So anyhow, I am going to get that. So why should I waste my boon? So means when we go to someone's house as a guest, they don't send us with empty hand. They will give some presents generally. So I have come here as a guest, as you told. So you are not going to send me with an empty-handed. Anyhow, because I have seen you, as a result, I will get all of these things. Means the pleasurable things, the quite a good amount of things you are getting. So again, he's showing his intelligence. These things, anyhow, I'm going to get. I don't want to waste my boon. Is it really was his intention? No. His intention is want to get Brahmagnana. So in the eyes of Brahmagnana, with respect to Brahmagnana, these are very tucha, these are very minimal in nature or very light in nature. And but still, in spite of that, you may say, I get it all these things naturally because I have seen you. So I don't want to waste my boon. Then Jivishyamo Yavadishyasitvam. Even I will get that a good lifespan time because I have seen you by your blessings. Varastu me varniyasayeva. So let that boon I don't want to anything else. I want to choose that boon only. What is that? The life after death. So here you see the refined mind and the strong-willed, determined mind of the Nachiketa. Now that's why he was one of the best student to study Vedanta, Uttamadhikari. Bahunami pratamaha, Bahunami Madhyama. So if you remember the earlier sloka, he said, I am the best among the students. I am the first among the students, if not second, but not the third at all. So he had that confidence in him. So it is not just pride, arrogance, it was his confidence because of his nature. So he's a best student. He says that I don't want anything else. There are two more slokas I think I will take in the next class. And that ends the first chapter. And after this, Yama gets pleased and he starts teaching the Brahmagnana from the second chapter. Let us try to understand. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. And this is actually very quite interesting sequence is there. Whatever has been discussed in the Ishavasya Upanishad in the 18 mantras, that has been explained in bit, in a detail form. In detail form in a Kena Upanishad. And whatever has been explained in the Kena Upanishad, that has been explained much more in detail, comparatively, I mean to say, much more detail in the Katha Upanishad actually. So like this each Upanishads are in a very, well connected. Yeah, if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. I think no questions, I suppose.
Questions will come in the second chapter, Maharaj.
Yeah, that's also true. It was most of stories, and I mean, this is known. But the takeaway message is how much we have to prepare our mind to study Vedanta and to putting into practice. Many times we feel, I'm doing japa, I'm doing meditation, I'm studying Vedanta and all, but I'm not progressing in my spiritual life. I may think, I may feel, or when will I get moksha, mukti? This type of questions might haunt our mind. So here is the answer. The more and more we prepare, the quicker the results will be. All our life is what preparation, preparation, preparation. Yes.
Pranam Maharaj, I had one question. Rajarshi here.
Go ahead, Rajesh.
So Maharajji, I understood why Yama was approached by Nachiketa because his father offered him to death. But is there any other symbolic significance of death being the bestower of Brahmagyan, or the Lord of Death being bestower of Brahmagyan?
Yeah.
Why not any other?
Yeah, I mean, probably is the best teacher is contextual there. More than that, I think I told that he's a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. Means Shrotriya means the one of the simple definition of Shrotriya means the Shrotriya Brahmanishta. These are the few qualities should be there for a teacher. Shrotriya means he's well versed in the Vedas. Vedanta means here Vedanta also includes. So he is well versed in this. First thing is that. Then Brahmanishta. He may be well versed in Vedanta from like academical way point of view. It is not only that, but he is an experiencer of the Brahman. Since he knows well the subject and is also he has experienced the truth, that is the reason he is the best teacher.
But there could be
Brahmanishta point of view.
But there could be other gods who also satisfy the Kshotriya Brahmanishta category. Like, is there any other meaning, like that death transcends this life and therefore can show that soul is immortal and therefore?
Yeah, no, I think more than that because, see, when a person dies, what happens? Because when I die, for example, when I die, what happens? I know that. I may go to heaven, I may go to hell or whatever. But I cannot come and tell you what is happening. And when I take a next life, again, I have forgotten all these things. Now, Yama is the person who takes us, as a Jivatma will take according to our Puranic literature and all. As a result, he is the best person to say what happens to for after a death.
Okay.
Basically, it is his department.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wish you all good days.
Thank you.